First thing tonight, we have a presentation from the folks from Building Trades at RTI. We're glad they're here. I believe it's Matt Duncan, Lucas
Need
Chapman,
to have you all down front.
Robert Robinson, and Neil Broyles. We're glad you're here.
Thank you.
Wow. See that?
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
You're good to go.
Over there by
Oh.
Nancy.
Yes.
You're gonna have, you want me to move it through? Somebody else. There you go. 'Cause it's not gonna time.
Thank you for having us tonight. We appreciate this opportunity. I won't speak too long. I'll let Mr. Chapman and talk about the details of the project, but want to recognize Mr. Broyles. He's our heating and air teacher, and he was able to come tonight. Mr. Robinson is our construction trades teacher. Tonight, we do have a Skills USA competition, so that kind of interfered with a lot. So the rest of the gentlemen are up here. We want to recognize them as well, and they had a big hand in this. Basically, what I'd like to say is this is one of the projects that has been really exciting the last 3 years. One thing that we did a little different in the details as far as the exact project, Lucas will talk a little bit about that, but several years ago when we started the professional learning communities, we struggled with ways to get that to go because we don't really have that department style like the comprehensive high school. So we have one drafting teacher and we have one heating and air teacher. So as we've worked through that the last 3 years, we formed our one professional learning community around our building trades, and they have just taken that and went with it. It's been really good. We're able to bring that down. The meetings that we have are relevant. We're dealing with the curriculum. One of the things that Mr. Chapman will talk about a lot is how much of this project is student done. And by running that through our PLCs, we have a SMART goal that goes with that. It makes the project a lot more accountable. We've got benchmarks to look to see where we're at when they're meeting. It just has enhanced the curriculum a lot, so that they're able to look through the everything from the estimation. We've brought that into it more, the bid process, all the way through the final project. So. Those guys have just done a great job. It's been great. The last 2 years we were real excited, stayed on track with this particular house. And there's pictures here of the one that's currently under construction that Mr. Tinker's working on. But the other guys, as I said, we did have contests tonight, so they weren't able to be here. But appreciate this opportunity to come and speak with you. So I'll let Mr. Chapman talk just a bit.
Thank you for letting us come and show off some of the things we do. Of course, the pictures you're seeing right there, and as we roll through some of these, Mr. Henshaw will just continue to go, but you're going to see several of those not being the house that we're talking about selling, or that we did sell this year. But all of our groups, of course, we do build a house, and we do have a lead teacher, and the lead teacher on 1709 Palmer, which most of the pictures are in the house that we got to surplus earlier this year to sell. Mr. Robinson was our lead instructor on that and took his group of students and basically was the lead instructor on that house, and everybody else does parts also. But the other pictures you're seeing are projects we've done at the same time that we have built a home. So our other people, which you did see there, the Chamber of Commerce new sign and some of those things that our masonry department and things have been working on in the last couple of years that have been in there also, so those people have things to do year-round also. We're very proud of the houses we build. I'd first like to say I do appreciate the opportunity to do this. There's a lot of career and tech ed facilities in the state of Missouri that have quit building homes. But I'm a true believer in we're not going to be able to teach students to build homes unless we're building homes. And, you know, we built and sold a $200,000 home with students from this district and 9 other senior school districts. That's a big deal. And it's a nice quality home, and we have another one going. That picture right there, not to talk through them all, but we do start all the way from the site development with our drafting and design. We actually design houses. We look at that as a team. The PLC team goes over different house plans and goes on those. They decide many of those things. And the thing we're really proud of is I talk about this being 95% student built. If you see right there a few pictures of flat work, some of that flat work, we're there when it's poured. We don't actually do all the finishing. It's a time thing. We can't expect our students to be here up late into the evening and things to make sure that finish gets correct on the concrete. But we are there during pouring it. We do have the level underneath. We are setting those things. So there's a few things like that. Also, when we mud the drywall on the inside, it's a timing thing. We need all that mudded at the exact same time to get it to dry the same so it looks the same with humidity. So our students are there when that happens, but some of those things have to happen late into the evening. So those are just a few things that we don't do. There's some other projects in there. Didn't have a lot of cabinetry projects. Our students right now in our wood manufacturing are working on their projects to go to contests, just like our Skills USA are today. But they did build a heck of a nice set of cabinets in this home. But I just want to thank you all for giving us the opportunity to do it. We've got another really neat, nice house being built right now, who Mr. Tinker is the lead on, and it'll have a lot of nice custom home features to the house we're building. So I'd sure entertain any questions and like anybody else to speak if they would want.
What's the location of the new one?
About 150 foot from the old one.
All right.
Just up the hill,
1703.
1703 Palmer.
All right, excellent.
Okay, so if you've
Okay.
been to the other one, you can sure
Okay.
come by and see. Right now, we're under roof, and we have the shingles on, so the rain didn't hurt us too bad there today on the house project, but that's where we're at right now.
And Palmer's located, kind of give us an idea where that is in case folks.
If you go out Lions 72 to Lions Club Drive and take your first left, you'll go up the hill. Then you will turn on Third Road on the right. These guys drive there
A few
every day.
times.
About how long does it take to turn a house around, start to finish?
Before the leadership changed at RTI and RTC a couple years ago, when I got the opportunity to come aboard, they were trying to really build a house every year and push those through and subcontract a lot of things out. We're not worried so much on the timing it takes as long as the student quality built. So it's taken our folks about 2 years on a house.
Perfect.
And, we sold one this year, an all-brick, full basement home, and we will probably at the end of next year have another one completed also. So it's more on a 2-year cycle, but really concentrating on making sure we get the students of every aspect. And some of that is, Mr. Henshaw, when I come on board, he said, we want to see some of those students bid some of those things. And so that was a great thing to go out with Mr. Robinson. And Mr. Robinson really sat back and talked to the students on, how are we going to bid this out, the product that we're going to use. What size of walls are we going? 2 by 4, 2 by 6. We're going all brick. Are we not? What type of insulation are we using? What are we using for the roof? What about colors? All of those things. What about flooring? We did the flooring for the first house that we've done on this home. So Mr. Robinson really took that to heart and really put his students involved in all those financial and business type decisions that we expect our students in the next several years to be able to do.
Excellent.
Yes.
What are they working on at the Veterans Park there right now? I've seen the Rolla bus there.
Well, that would be Mr. Robinson. Would you like to explain?
Yes, the
Come up to the
Veterans Park,
microphone.
it's on TV. The Veterans Park, we're doing a men's and women's bathroom there for
Okay.
the park itself. Myself, I did the footings on it, and Mr. Mitchell, he is doing the block work for it. So we've been over there doing the block work and everything, and we just got done with the plumbing on it so that they can lay the floors. Then Mr. Mitchell's gonna get back on the masonry part of it.
Yeah.
And as soon as the masonry's done, hopefully this year, my class will go over there and put the roof structure on it and get it into dry.
Yeah, I've seen the bus over there quite often with the students out working, and I was going to get out one day and go ask them, but I thought, oh, I'm not going to interrupt you.
Come on by, we'll
Yeah.
gladly show
You guys have done a lot at the Veterans Park. You did the stone Pentagon and the
Yeah, we
flags.
did, my class, I can't remember when that was, it's been a few years back, we did the Pentagon-shaped concrete structure there. We did all the concrete for that, and the rock and the drain work and everything, but there was somebody else that come in and did all the rock work,
Yeah, yeah.
the stone and everything. But yeah, that was that was an interesting project because there was no 90-degree angles in
Yeah.
it.
I think that's so
I do
great that
too.
we're out doing those things and the kids are getting to do it and they can bring people back and say, you know, I built this when I was in school. I think that's just fantastic.
Neil, come on up, HVAC.
I'll take questions.
No, I have a little, just a little story.
You can tell them about what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
Which part?
Oh, the high school.
Currently, we're assembling and installing a complete walk-in freezer for the food services for the high school and the old shop building on it. We put the rack up today to hang the condenser, but weather prevented us from finishing that. So
Can't hardly
I'm
imagine.
estimating 2 to 3 more days.
That's in
Should be
the,
good.
that's in the current annex. It was a freezer that you all approved
Right.
back in February, the purchase, and if you recall, that was, you know, the labor that would have been on that, we're being fiscally responsible by getting that done. And the kids are, I was over there taking some photos and, you know, they're right there. They're the ones putting it together. And obviously Neil's there to monitor that and make sure it's done the right way. But it's a pretty neat project. And they've done, all these guys have done tons of projects in the community as well as for the district. You know, you go back to different buildings that we have and walls that we have and those type things and signage. I think, I had told Matt and Lucas, one of the neatest things I think about this last house we did was the team effort from start to finish. And then also what they mentioned, the students really being more involved, not just in pounding nails, but on how are we getting this done, to train students that at some point, you know, if you're 50, you'd like to own a business, not still be pounding shingles down, you know, so you want to give them some of those skills, those math skills, if they go out and do that. So I think that's a real credit to you guys.
It's really good for the students.
Yeah, and you know, our project this year with the house that we just sold came in under budget. It'll help the profits go right back into the program to pay for new equipment and replacement equipment for things that are worn out and those type of things. So it benefits us. And we are going to have to go shopping for some more lots because we're down to our last lot now.
Do we have any idea how many houses in the community students have built? I mean, how long this has been going on? Do we have any idea?
Yes, since I've been there, this is my 14th year here. I think the one we just sold was the 9th one that I have done.
Okay.
And Mr. Tinker has done just about as many. So in the last 14 years, it'll be 17 to 18 homes that we built.
Wow.
And then another 10 before that since I've been here.
Yeah, okay.
How long have you been here?
19 years.
19 years now.
That's
Neat.
My first night in central office, Robert was the first on my docket to recommend to the board, along with AJ. That's
Oh, yeah.
one of the first 5 teachers I ever recommended to the board to hire. Moving to central office.
How many students are in the program in a given year, and how many are from Rolla, and how many from the sending schools? Would you just
We
guesstimate?
have-
Microphone.
We have an average of about 14 to 15 students per class, both morning and afternoon, and that's my class and Mr. Tinker's class. He has about 14. And we've been, our Rolla numbers have been growing, but they're still not like I'd like them.
Yeah.
We have probably 6 apiece of Rolla.
Okay.
And we, you know, each sending school sends out so many students, and it seems like each year we get a flock from one, you know, a bunch from one school, and then next year it might be a different one. So, but I think those students are actually one of our best recruiting because they've been in it, they see it.
Yeah.
They go to their friends that are younger, say, why don't you go to construction trades, and which is the same for everybody in the whole building itself. A lot of the students there are our best recruiters.
Yeah, always. Good.
Great.
Great work, folks.
My favorite one is the on Leonard Avenue, which we affectionately call Mr. Robinson's neighborhood, where we had moved, in order to move Mark Twain, enlarge the campus at Mark Twain to maybe make that bond issue happen. We had to move a couple ladies that had been in that neighborhood for a long time, and we had 2 lots across the street, you know, Robert's a great ambassador for the program too, because as a contractor, I think he has more patience with, had more patience with them, and that did more to give a shot in the arm for the quality that the program produces than you can ever find out anywhere else. And I often say that we have probably the best warranty in the business too, because we're going to be here. I remember getting a call Saturday morning from someone about an HVAC issue, and we had it taken care of, and it was been a few years even after most contractors would let those things lapse. So really good ambassadors for the school district, and from the chamber all the way down to the ladies on Leonard Avenue. So appreciate that very much.
Ladies on Leonard.
Anything else you all would like to share?
I'd just like to say thank you for the board's continued support. I mean, that's building homes is expensive, but letting our students do that's really important.
Yep. Hey, will you guys stand right together so I can get your picture?
And smile.
Well, you can smile. 1, 2, 3. Gotcha. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much.